Hi everybody, this is the trend scan for this month. I'm a bit late providing it, so this is the month of September. Let's have a look here at the higher time frames doing the trend scan from coming right from the higher ones, the lower charts. So we're still in a very strong EMA trend quarterly wise, right? We are consolidating, but it doesn't take us out in no way out of the EMA trend. So it looks very, very bullish here for the Dow Jones. Same as with the other US equities. So what you see here is, well, we are consolidating after this big move, right? Coming from the pandemic low, we are basically consolidating on a high level. Well, that alone is bullish, right? On a high level on a base. We can draw the horizontal line here. Originally thought that this is an S1 pattern because we had a test bar or an S1 pattern on the weekly chart. We had a test bar, we rebroke, but then we made a new low, we rebroke again, and well, it takes longer than expected, right? And sometimes it's not unusual that an S1, so here we can see this is the S1 consolidation, morphs into an S2. So if this is the highest high and this is the lowest low, well, then we can just say, well, actually, it has become an S2, right? And for an S2, well, we need a test of the angular test line. And this is what happens here right now. Ideally, we get a test bar or a testing activity would be sufficient. So we're getting that, right? And we are nicely, the pattern, the turtle pattern is nicely embedded within the band, touching the 21 many times and the 8 and 21 moving average. Well, they lie on top of each other. So these are very positive signs. This consolidation started with the Ukraine war in February 2022. And it seems like, well, when the war, because it has started with that, it seems like when the war is over or when there's maybe a peace agreement found, well, then we will actually see how the turtle pattern unfolds its power. And the power we're expecting, well, is a measured move, right? A move like that. So it should bring us really on a much, much higher level. As we can see, we see an acceleration in this uptrend. So we should actually see, because we're getting into a vertical market, we should actually see this next up leg is steeper than this one, and we're expecting a series of green quarterly bars only intermixed with one or maybe two, right? Red bar pullbacks, very shallow pullbacks. So we should see actually a big move higher. Well, we're still stuck in the consolidation, right? And that might be the final sell-off before we then move to new highs. Now that's the YM. Let's have a look at the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq, was never really a great S1 pattern, but that looks like, well, it's moving into an S2 pattern. Well, not a great one, but we could get another sell-off here as well. So I'm basically looking more for the YM to get the signal. Let's have a look now at metals here. Gold. Well, we had this S2 pattern back here, right? That was well before the pandemic in 2018, then followed by an S1 pattern here that has already triggered. That's the test bar. Well, it has put its first leg. Now it's pulling back, which is not unusual, right? It's pulling back to the base, so that's still very bullish. Why couldn't it break to a new high? Well, we have got a huge stop run level here, clustering with these two highs and this high, right, back 2011. That's a very important stop run level. Now we've got a new stop run level. So once this level here, once we break to a new high, we should again see a big move, right? Similar to the US equities. It's a completely different asset class, but it shows similar qualities here. And that should even give us a bigger pop because we have this very important level. Well, after this S1 pattern that has triggered, we actually see as well here, curiously, an S2 pattern forming, right? So that's an S2 just after an S1, and that just adds more power, right, to a coming up move that should likely come in. So we can, again here we might actually see a sell-off here in the metals, gold and silver mainly, that could test here the base and go beyond the base. That would be a nice signal, basically the last kiss for the bears, right? Let's have a look now to crude. So crude has really nicely been moving here over the last couple of months. This is an S1 pattern. Well, it doesn't have a trend, right? So it was not tradable, but still it's an S1 pattern and it's doing what it should, taking out the stop run levels, right? And that's the stop run move. Currently it's at the next level. It's a double top or even triple top level. I'm not sure if it's taking this out, but what we see here after this momentum move, well, there's a consolidation, right? And this type of consolidation is a trend following consolidation. So should we break to a new high, well, then we should actually take out this level and this level, maybe even this level, and move well above the $100 per barrel. And move away from the 200, that is resistance, right? We want to move away because the 200 is a magnet level. We're still testing it. If we move higher, well, then we have moved away and we can actually produce a stop run move. That the 200 represents here as well. So it looks quite bullish, though also we are kind of already a bit overextended. I wouldn't be surprised either if we cannot break to a new high and we pull back first, like back to the moving averages, the 21 moving average, right, back to the 200 for the bulls to regain strength. Let's have a look now at natural gas. So natural gas is kind of the crazy little brother. It can do very volatile moves, both counter trend and in trend direction. We see that the last moves here, that actually was an S1 short and a huge sell-off, right? Looks like an exhaustion move to the bottom, but we don't get the snapback to moving averages, right? It looks like, well, it is consolidating on a very low level here. Although there was a huge exhaustion move, right, down here. It is consolidating on a low level, and we can already see how there's resistance from the 21 towards the way down. So it more looks like we do, and the longer that takes this consolidation, the less likely we get a pullback. And it looks like more that, we might actually see another move lower, another very aggressive move lower. As you know, I think natural gas will follow the bull trends of the other commodities, but we might need another sell-off. So on the daily, we're completely stuck, right? Stuck in a range, and well, we can see that here on the weekly as well. Well, let's see what comes out of it. There might be a short opportunity, right, before we actually turn around in natural gas. Let's have a look now at the interest rate futures, the ZF. Now the ZF is the 5-year US T-note, and we can nicely see here on the monthly chart how price was basically struggling with the 200, right? We see clear support here, and now it has broken free from the 200, and it has broken to a new low. And well, this is a consolidation, this is a momentum move. Well, that tells us we should expect a measured move lower. We can even see a measured move of a longer distance, right? So we could, the target now becomes the 200 moving average, because there's nothing in the way, right? No resistance in the way. It could drop quickly. I don't know what the trigger for that could be. For the interest rate future to drop, that means that interest yields go up. We'll have to see. There might be something coming up in the news over the next couple of months, but I'm expecting a drop and some news event, right, related to it. But we can already see it in the charts that something is happening, and we should see an increase in yields. And that obviously offers trading opportunities in all those interest rate futures to the downside. Let's have a look now at the US dollar index. So the US dollar index is very bullish, right? We've got a good, we only have positive weeks here over the last couple of months. Well, we talked about that already. This is a test bar, right? Nicely testing the 21. Well, we're not really in a trend, right? So even without this big trend edge, this seems to work well, taking out 2 stop run levels. Well, now the next level is basically the consolidation high. Now, I don't know how far this will go. This high reversal where the US midterm elections, that led to this drop, but only the drop into the 21, and the 21 held really well. So that's basically, it's a healthy pullback, right? We have to see what US dollar index is doing. So far, it's very bullish. We've got a super trend here on the daily with a good good number of opportunities, and it looks very bullish so far. So whenever there's a trend, well, we trade it till it ends. Let's see if this high, which is an important high, right? We've got a rejection bar here, a long wick, red bar wick, the wick. If that high can be taken out, if that high gets taken out, well, the next target becomes the start here, the start of this down move. And if index goes up, well, that means the dollar gets stronger. So there are clearly bullish opportunities here. Nicely EMA trending, providing long opportunities in shorter time frames. So that's it. Thank you.